Well,
Hey, hi everyone. We'll be starting the free program preview
yeah. Hi,
now.
Rashmi.
Hi, Prashottam. I'm not able
Yeah.
to see you. Awesome.
Yeah, just a second. Give me.
Sure, sure. Just wanted to know, folks, if I'm audible to you all, please can you let me know on the chat here by just replying yes or no? Awesome. Thank you so much. I will be starting the free program preview now, and I'm Rasha Khan. I'm your host for today's webinar, and I'm joining all the way from Bangalore, India. Would love to know where are you tuning in from. I saw a lot of hellos and highs on the chat here, but I would love to know your name and where are you tuning in from. Please do let me know on the chat here before we start the session. It's always good to network, right? These events before we start. And today's session is about your gateway to a cloud and DevOps career breakthrough in 2024. And we'll be talking about the program review of IIT Guwahati's program here. And meanwhile, keep the introductions coming in. Let me just quickly take you through a few quick ground rules we have here for the session here. So you need to put down your questions in the Q&A box in case you have any question for our speaker, Purushottam, who's already joined us. And the thing is, if you put it on chat here, we actually might miss it because of the chat volume here. And we would love to address all of your queries here. Just make sure that you keep the questions related to the cloud and DevOps topic. And also the any questions you have about the program here by IIT Guwahati, you can let us know if you have any questions in the Q&A box. Now, where exactly is the Q&A box? You can find it in just beside the chat box if you have joined us from laptop or desktop and mobile as well. So you can just easily navigate it. Please go quickly and check it out there. I'm pretty sure you already have a lot of questions related to a career in cloud and DevOps or the program in general, which we'll be talking about in much more detail here. And the session is being recorded. In case you have a question for our speaker, Dr. Purushottam, the session recorded link will be sent to you post webinar, and you can expect a follow-up email with the recording link and also the webinar certificate for attending this webinar. Now, to get the webinar certificate, you need to stay till the end of the session, and basically you need to make sure that you fill your post webinar survey where it will ask your full name and what exactly you would want to see in the post webinar survey there. On the certificate, so you can let us know by filling your details there. I will nudge you again towards the end of the session about the post webinar survey by Zoom, where exactly you can request a proof of attendance for this webinar. So in case you have any questions, don't worry, I'll address it towards the end of the session as well. So let me know if you have any questions about the ground rules here. And this program is powered by Simplilearn here, world's #1 online bootcamp. We have been in the digital skills training space for almost a decade now. And we are very proud that we have transformed lives by empowering people via digital skills like AI, machine learning, data science, cloud, which we will be talking about today, and much more. We have advanced over 5 lakh plus careers in over 150 plus countries, and we have 800 plus qualified trainers. So thank you so much. Once again, welcome to the session here. So let's start about talking about the agenda of today's session. We'll be talking about you, getting to know a little bit about you, how we can help you out in your cloud plus DevOps career better. And we'll be talking about cloud plus DevOps careers in 2024, this new year. And we'll be taking you through the program introduction of IIT Guwahati program in cloud plus DevOps, and how basically this program gets you job ready, and also the learning environment of the program as well. And also, once you basically share your interest towards enrollment to the program, based on that, we'll be taking you through the enrollment steps of the program. They are very quick and easy to follow, and also there will be a special duration for the Q&A part. So as I mentioned earlier, if you have a question, please go and put down in the Q&A box. Immediately go and put it down if you already have questions, and our speaker will try to address it throughout the session whenever he gets the time. Just in case we are not able to answer it immediately, please don't worry. We'll answer it towards the end. Have a little patience. We would love to address as many queries as possible by you, so to help you out. So once again, welcome everyone. I see a lot of you new folks have joined just now. So we were just quickly going through the ground rules here, and also talking about what is today's agenda of the session. So let's start with getting to know a little bit about you before we start the session. So I've launched a quick poll here, which says how many years of experience do you currently have? So you can see 4 quick options here. Currently studying, the first one, second one 0 to 3 years, the third one 3 to 5 years, and the last one more than 5 years. You can select the option most suitable for you. Now, when I talk about experience here, I'm talking about work experience. So you can basically choose the option most suitable for you. And also, we have folks who have joined us live on our YouTube channel as well. We are streaming live there as well. So just to let you know that folks who have joined us on YouTube live, you can let us know by basically telling options as 1, 2, 3, 4 from how many years of experience do you currently have. So you can let us know by sharing the option numbers on the YouTube live chat box. And welcome to the folks who have joined us on our YouTube live as well. So you can please put down your introductions on the YouTube live chat box also by telling us your name and where are you tuning in from. As I was speaking, I see most of you have already responded for the poll here. How many years of experience do you currently have? So let me just give 5 more minutes for a few of the folks who are still sharing their responses here. And last 5 seconds, folks, for this poll here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll and also share the results with you folks. So let's see, what have you voted for? So I see 35% of you are currently studying and 35% of you have more than 5 years experience. That's interesting. And 25% of you have 0 to 3 years of experience and 5% of you have 3 to 5 years experience. Interesting. Let me just stop sharing that and let's move on to introduction of our speaker, Dr. Purushottam Asudani. Dr. Purushottam would like to welcome you to this program review here. Very good evening. And so just to give a little bit introduction about you. So Dr. Purushottam here is the Assistant Professor of Information Technology Department in Sri Ramodev Baba College of Engineering and Management in Nagpur. And he specializes in cloud computing, Microsoft Azure, AWS and operating systems. And he is basically a Google Scholar, corporate trainer, Microsoft certified trainer, AWS certified trainer, and many more certifications here to add. Dr. Purushottam, would love to know a little bit about you from your end as well. And once again, welcome to the session.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Rasha, and welcome everyone. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. I would like to just add a few more points. Like I'm basically working as a corporate trainer with many multinational companies, and also working with many tech companies like Simplilearn and IITs and Caltech University for delivering their postgraduate program in cloud computing. Yes, working as AWS certified trainer, Azure certified trainer, 3 times certified on AWS, having top level certification on AWS in the architect domain, AWS Solutions Architect Professional. Yeah, this is in short about me. I've done my research, my PhD in cloud computing and resource scheduling in cloud from IIT Vellore. Okay, yes, this is in short about me. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me to the webinar, Rasha. Let's go ahead.
Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam. Thank you for your introduction. Let's move on to the first part of today's session, talking about careers in cloud plus DevOps in 2024 here. So as we can see, there are so many skills in demand in cloud plus DevOps, not only in 2024, but before as well. So we can see so many skills here. So Dr. Purushottam would love to know and talk about what are the hottest skills which will be in demand this year and also in the future beyond as well.
Yeah, so there are a lot of skills like, see, cloud is an ocean basically. So whatever we have it in the on-premises, we have it in the cloud. Like if we talk about databases, storage, servers, everything we have it in the cloud. And as far as the roles are concerned, so you can become a cloud engineer, cloud DevOps professional, cloud architect, then SysOps admin, that is administrator, associate. Okay, so there are a lot of roles, and to tell you the hotcakes in market, like basically, if you will talk about 2024, so architect role, DevOps role are booming up. So so they are catching in the market. So if you are good on the architect domain or development domain, or you are a DevOps professional, well, that is going to really help. Plus, administrator is such a field that is it's going to be there for sure. So there are a lot of laterals. Basically, if you are a person who is interested on the security aspect of the things, then also you have a place in cloud. Like you can be a security engineer. If you are on the architect domain, you can become an architect associate. If you are on the admin side, you can become a cloud administrator. If you are on the development side, you can be a cloud developer, DevOps professional. Okay, so yeah, whatever your field of interest is, you have a space in the cloud, and the cloud is in thing. It is going to be there, and yeah, almost like by 2025, almost 90% of the companies will move towards cloud. Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing about the skills in cloud and DevOps. From YouTube live chat box, Jamil Abdul Rahman says that cloud is the future. And moving on to the next slide here. So now that we have talked about the skills here, how can we miss talking about the career paths which will be trending in 2024 here, Dr. Purushottam?
Yeah, of course. So, as I said, that if you become a cloud pro, if you have the skills in the cloud, then you can choose the careers in cloud. Like you can be a DevOps engineer, cloud architect, site reliability engineer, containerization specialist, security DevOps engineer. So, DevSecOps is in thing, hot thing right now going on. Like you can be a DevOps professional, plus you can be on the security end also. So DevSecOps. Okay. Cloud data engineer, if you are on the data side, if you are interested in big data, machine learning side, correct? So you can become a data engineer, then a cloud native developer if you are good in coding, and then coding is what you like, so you can be a developer, cloud developer, cloud DevOps consultant. Okay, so yeah, as I said that there are a lot of career paths that are there in cloud. So whatever you have it in the on premises, you can just be in the cloud in that domain itself. Okay, so even if you're good in blockchain kind of related stuff also, so there is a space for that also. You can become a blockchain specialist also. So yes, so all are the career paths in 2024 and going ahead also, like after that also. So they are there to be.
Thank you so much for shedding light on these career paths in cloud and DevOps. Folks, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of questions about the skills you might be aspiring for, or the career paths you are planning to take up in this year. So you can let us know if you have any questions transition to this career path or anything related to that in the Q&A box, and we will help you out with those queries here. Just a reminder for that. And now that we've talked about the skills here, we've talked about the career paths you can take up in cloud and DevOps in 2024. Let's talk about what's exactly changing in the cloud plus DevOps space for 24. We can see so many points here, but I'm pretty sure there is much more that's changing. But maybe let's cover the top things which are changing in 2024 here, Dr. Purushottam.
Yeah, what's changing in the cloud? Okay, so yeah, so see, multi-cloud dominance is one of the prominent thing that is there, and that is changing because gone are the days, guys, when you used to be like good in one of the cloud platform, and then that was good enough. Okay, because nowadays, if you'll see, every company is going cloud native, and then they are not just getting cloud native in one of the cloud platforms, they are opting to go with multiple cloud services. So if you'll ask me, say XYZ company, if they are using cloud, they would more likely than often they would likely be going into multi clouds. They'll be using some services from one cloud platform and the other services from other cloud platform. And when they have to do it, so probably the most widely choice they would be preferring in public cloud platforms is, let's say, AWS or Azure or then GCP. Okay. So now the knowledge of multiple clouds become absolutely essential if you have to really excel in cloud domain, correct? So multi-cloud is the in thing, and multi-cloud is going to stay because let me tell you, like all these multiple cloud providers, let's say AWS or Microsoft Azure, have got a lot of good things, and then it is very easy to communicate between them And so you need to have the knowledge of multiple clouds, plus you need to know that how you can communicate, how you can migrate from one cloud to another cloud platform, or from on-premises to cloud. Yeah, so that is really important. So knowledge of multi-cloud is something that has already started, and that is going to dominate the market. Okay, so knowledge of multi-cloud is a must thing. Then, of course, as I said, that when knowledge of multi-cloud is important, migrating from on-prem to cloud, or from one cloud platform to other cloud platform, becomes really important. So you should be good. You should know how to do the migration from on-premises to any cloud platform, or maybe from one cloud platform to another cloud platform. Correct. Then, as I already said, that DevSecOps maturation has already started. So stronger integration of security in DevOps is in thing. So we have been talking about DevOps is the in thing. It is quite interesting. It is quite happening. It is there to stay. And now the security aspect in DevOps has actually boomed up, and then it has actually became a stronger integration of security in DevOps is the in thing. So yeah, security with DevOps is something that you should aim at. Okay. Then AI/ML integration, of course, guys. So see, AI/ML is in automation and monitoring. It's in thing. It's going on. It's evolving. AI/ML, and then when it's evolving, so its use has only increased, and it will keep on increasing in the cloud platform. So yeah, that is going to be there. And of course, edge computing boom. So see, when I talk about IoT devices, when I talk about Internet of Things, so basically the data that is getting generated from the IoT devices, it's is stored in the cloud platform, correct? So rather than just storing it and processing it in the main cloud, you just can do it on the edges. Correct. That gives rise to fog computing, basically. Fog computing, I say. Okay, so that is computing on the edges, so that you don't have to get into the actual core of the cloud and do the processing well, because it can be done on the edges itself, so it would be faster and would give you less latency. Yeah, so edge computing is on the boom again for IoT devices mainly. Yeah.
Thank you so much for talking about what's changing in the cloud plus DevOps space at 2024. We actually have already started getting some interesting questions in the Q&A box from you folks here. Please do keep them coming. Please do share your queries on the Q&A box, and we addressing them in some time. And we have talked about the skills here. We have talked about the career paths. We have talked about what's changing in the cloud plus DevOps space in 2024. So what exactly is stopping you from becoming a cloud plus DevOps expert here? So I'm just launching a quick poll here to understand what exactly is the biggest concern here when it comes to basically pursuing a career in cloud plus DevOps, or becoming a cloud plus DevOps expert here. So there are 4 quick options here. This is a multiple choice poll. You can select multiple options because there can be multiple concerns or challenges you're facing, right? When it comes to taking up a career in cloud plus DevOps here. I see most of you have already started sharing responses for this poll here. But also on the chart, I've mentioned which career path or skill in cloud plus DevOps are you aspiring for in this new year 2024. You can let us know on the chat here as well. Or if you have any questions career related to cloud plus DevOps, please do let us know in the Q&A box. So I see someone has shared cloud computing as a career path they are planning to take up in 2024. Would love to know your name as well. Not able to make out a name from your email ID. So sorry. And folks who have joined us live on YouTube, I'm just reading out these options for you. You can let me know by option number here. So the first option here is I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. The second one here is I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And the third one, I find it difficult to learn from pre-recorded videos. And the last one, my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. So you can choose the options as 1, 2, 3, 4, or multiple options, and you can let us know on the YouTube live chat box here. And folks who have joined us here on Zoom, you can let us know by selecting the option on the poll here. So I see most of you have already responded for the poll here, but let's give it like 10 seconds more for a few of you folks who are still thinking about it. So please do that. I see Josna has replied on the chat here. Explain career with AI and ML. Okay. So is that a question? You want to understand if cloud plus DevOps can go with AI/ML? I think that is a question, if I'm assuming it right.
Yeah. Explain career with AI and ML. Career with AI and ML, she's asking, I think. So, see, AI and machine learning is something that is in thing right now, and that is only evolving. It is in the nascent stage, I would say, still. And in cloud, you have good number of services that takes care of taking this journey forward. If you are interested in AI and machine learning part of the thing, so cloud is providing you the services that can help you to do so. Let me give you example. Let's say you have for example, in AWS, you already have good services, like you have Amazon recognition, which actually, if you give some image to it, it will identify the objects for you from that image. Correct. Plus, there is transcribe service that will do the text to speech to text conversion. Okay, so whatever you speak, it will convert it into text for you. Amazon Poly will convert your text into speech. Okay, in different accents, in different languages. Okay, so there are already a good number of machine learning services, AI related services that are just helping you to do your job related to AI and machine learning in a pretty easier manner. It's just providing you the API, and then you can just do your stuff and get sorted with it. So it becomes really easy to do your job, right? Plus you can contribute also onto it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for addressing that question. So for the poll here, last 5 seconds, folks, for the poll, what's stopping you from becoming a cloud computing and DevOps expert? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me end the poll and also share the results with you folks here. I see that 75% of you have voted for I wouldn't get the practical exposure I need to become job ready. And I see 36% of you have voted for I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. And 33% of you have voted for my work schedule won't allow me enough time for learning. And 25% of you have voted for I find it difficult to learn from recorded videos. And I see on YouTube live chat box a response on the first option here. I can't find a program with a fully comprehensive curriculum. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. That definitely gives us an idea what exactly are the biggest challenges you're facing when it comes to pursuing a career in cloud plus DevOps. So let's talk more about the program here. Let's introduce you to the program of IIT Guwahati in a professional certificate program in cloud computing and DevOps here. So this program comes with a comprehensive in an industry-aligned learning path here. You get access to integrated labs, projects for hands-on experience, which we'll be talking about in much more detail in the upcoming slides here. And there's not only the pre-recorded videos, but also online live virtual classrooms, which we'll be talking more about in the learning environment of this program, which Dr. Purushottam will be sharing about in much more detail, and what kind of interaction happens between the student and the instructor here as well. And also the program duration of this program by IIT Guwahati is of 8 months of duration. You can just complete it by giving 10 to 15 hours per week here. And I saw a lot of you are working professionals here. So this program, you can just complete it by giving 10 to 15 hours per week, which makes it very flexible to fit your schedule here. Now, moving on, I think some of you on the YouTube live chat box have asked about the eligibility and the prerequisites of the program here. So for this program, you may be from a non-programming background, and you need to have a high school diploma or equivalent, and you need to be at least 18 years of age here. And for this taking of this program by IIT Guwahati, you don't have to have any work experience here. And let's talk about how this program builds your cloud plus DevOps skills step by step here. So we start with the induction for the cloud computing boot camp here, and then we basically move on to the building the structures here or through this program. So Dr. Purushottam, I think, can you take us through these steps here, how exactly this program builds their cloud plus DevOps skills step by step?
Yeah, correct. So see, when you start a program, so it basically first is the induction session for cloud computing bootcamp. Okay, so in that you'll be given the introduction on the program and what highlights of the program. And then you would start with basically the first course, that is AWS. So in this majorly in the there is compulsory subjects and the elective subjects. So in the compulsory domain, you would be studying about AWS and Azure cloud platform. So you first start with AWS Cloud Fundamentals. That is the fundamental course on AWS, which will give you the know-how of the different services in AWS. And then you go ahead and you study on the architect part of AWS Solutions Architect Associate, basically. So designing applications and architectures in AWS, which will give you good hands-on plus the design related aspects of on AWS, Amazon Web Services, correct? So you'll get a good understanding of different services, the core and some application-based services on AWS, okay, with the hands-on practical experience of the same. And as I could see in the poll that many of you had voted, like maybe you're missing on the practical aspects of the thing. So let me tell you guys, when we talk about cloud, and especially with we people like in Simplilearn, so when we take up the course on cloud platform, let's say on AWS or Azure, so it is a conjunction, like it is concepts plus hands-on activity. So there are a lot of hands-on, like when I take up the courses here, so it is like 60 to 70% lab oriented, hands-on oriented sessions would be there. So a lot of hands-on practical related stuff, and not just practical related stuff, but also like scenario based labs we do it, and then scenario based lab, project kind of labs, and then projects also we do have it. So that way I don't find a reason you will find it that the labs or the hands-on experience is less. In fact, it is overwhelming that way. Okay. Yeah. So once you finish off with AWS, then you come to Azure, and then you have Azure fundamentals first, and then in that you get the know-how of the different Azure services, and then you go ahead and you study about AZ-104, that is Azure Administrator Associate, in which you'll have a lots of hands-on and the know-how about the administrator services, the core services on Azure Cloud Platform. And then you go ahead and study on AZ-305, that is Azure Architect, that is designing solutions on Azure, in which you will get to know about the hands-on plus the migration stuff of on-premises with Azure, and of course the design aspects of the same a bit, right? And every course majorly would have a project at the end, and then finally you'll have a boot camp capstone project. So in capstone project, it would be a combination of Azure plus AWS services, and it would be like a real-time kind of a project that you will get to have it. And of course, in all the projects, instructor will help you out in carrying out the project stuff. Okay. And then you have electives also, guys. So electives, as the name says, they are not compulsory things, but then if you want, you can opt for one or all of them, and for them actually there is no extra cost that you'll have to pay if you want to go for the electives also. So in electives you have IIT Guwahati faculty masterclass. Okay, so faculty from IIT Guwahati will be taking the masterclass there, and then you have Google Cloud Platform Architect training, big data on AWS, DevOps on Azure, generative AI masterclass, and many more. Okay, so that would be there. And of course, when you will complete the compulsory requirements, not the electives, but the compulsory requirements, then you would be awarded the coveted IIT Guwahati certificate also in the required program that you are studying in. Okay, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for taking us through these steps of the program. We'll be talking more about it, how exactly the learning environment looks like in the upcoming slides here. But let's talk about the tools and the platforms you'll be learning in this program as well. As you can see, so many tools and platforms here, but the main thing here is many more. So there are many more things, obviously, you'll be covering this program. This is just a glimpse of it. So maybe you can shed some light on these tools and platforms, which are the top, requiring basically tools and platforms they'll be learning through this program by IIT Guwahati here.
So there'll be a lot of services that you'll be learning in AWS and Azure. Out here, the highlights are few of the core services, okay, which are of course very important, like Amazon EC2 is Service Elastic Compute Cloud in AWS, which helps you to create servers in AWS. DynamoDB is there to create, NoSQL database in AWS. Then you have Lambda, which is used as a serverless thing to create your functions in AWS and then do the stuff. Okay, so it's a serverless service. Okay, then S3 is a storage service which helps you to store object-based data. Okay, then you have, again, for block-based data, you can make use of EBS service, Elastic Block Service, and then for shared file share storage, you can make use of EFS storage, Elastic File Storage, or FSX storage. FSX cluster. Okay, so the point is there are a lot of services, and then in Azure you have Azure Container Service, VMs in Azure, and of course a lot of services. And guys, the good part you will find is, especially when I take up the courses here, so we do compare also, like in Azure, if you have studied virtual machines, so in AWS, which service you are studying, that is similar to that service. So let's say EC2. Okay, so that gives you a better understanding, because once you study AWS, let's say, and then you go to and learn Azure. So at that time, the instructor compares, and then you come to know that, okay, yeah, you can relate that this was the service in AWS, and now in Azure, okay, this is the alternative for that. That way, it helps in the better understanding part of the things. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for giving a glimpse of these tools and platforms. We'll be talking more about the program, but if you have any questions, this is the right time to go and put down your questions in the Q&A box here. We have already started getting a lot of interesting questions here, which we'll be addressing in some time. But let's move on to the learning environment of this basically program here by IIT Guwahati here. So, Dr. Purushottam, will you be able to share your screen here to
Yeah,
show
yeah,
the learning
sure.
environment?
Yeah, can you please give me the access?
Sure, just one second. Yeah, I think you should be able to share now.
Yeah, yes. Okay, I think it's visible now.
Yeah, it's visible, yeah.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and show you. Just a second. Yeah, guys, it's almost there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, professional certificate program in cloud computing and DevOps. Okay. Yeah. So in this program, as you can see, this is the LMS environment. So in the LMS environment, you can just go to my courses, and then you can just see in courses, you find those courses as I've talked about: induction to professional certificate program, then foundations and preparatory module on AWS and Azure. That is optional. Then AWS Cloud Fundamentals, then AWS Solutions Architect, then Azure Administrator is at 104, designing in Microsoft Infrastructure Solutions is at 305, DevOps on AWS, uh, cloud computing, capstone project. Okay, and then you get the PG program certificate. Now, if I go to any of these program, let's say EZ104 Azure Administrator. So in that program, in all the programs, mainly more often, you will find this. That is, there is self-learning video section in which you will find the pre-recorded sessions of some good trainer already there. Okay, and then in the live classes tab, you will find the lecture recordings of the live classes that would be happening mainly maybe on weekends. Okay, and you will find the lecture recordings of those in the live classes tab here, guys. Okay, which you can revisit again, and if you have missed on some part, or if you want to do some lab, if you want to again listen to those lectures of the live classes, you can listen from the recordings. Correct. Then you have assessment part. So in this you have the test papers, and then of course the the course and project. Okay, so in the course and project, one of the project, the instructor would help you to do it. You can do it along with the instructor on the last day, and then you can try out the another project also. Okay, plus there are reference materials, ebooks, practices, lab guides, so that you can always download and refer to. Apart from that, if the instructor wants to share with you some other kind of material, he or she can do it with you. Okay, other than that, guys, if you do all these things, I mean, if you attend the course and then you do the project, one of them, you'll be able to unlock the certificate. So for unlocking the certificate, the requirement is you should have attended 80% or more sessions of the live classes, plus you should have completed one project. Okay, so that's there. And once you do that, you'll be able to unlock the certificate. Okay, and this is very interesting. That is the practice labs tab. So in this, basically you get the sandbox environment. From here you can just say launch lab, and then guys, you can actually launch your lab in Azure or AWS. Okay, and if you're going through AWS course, and then the good part is you don't need to have have your personal account for, let's say, AWS or Azure. Without having that also, you can make use of Simplilearn labs, and then you can do the labs hands-on stuff. Okay, so you don't need to have your personal account. You can use the Simplilearn labs and do the hands-on labs here without having your personal account. So Simplilearn gives you that. Okay. Yeah. So this is there. Similar kind of a thing you will get in all the courses available here, guys. Okay. Yeah, so that would be there. Okay, apart from that, see, you will have electives tab also here. So these are the elective courses, and in elective courses also you'll have the similar kind of tabs. And you can see there are many electives: AWS database migration, Google Cloud Professional, Architect training, and so on. Okay, so you can go through it. Okay, but then for acquiring the certificate, at least doing the compulsory courses is a must thing. Okay, and for after completing every course here, you get the course, and you can just unlock the certificate for every course. Okay, by fulfilling that course requirement, as I said, that maybe the 80% or more of the live classes plus project, if you'll do here, you'll be able to unlock the certificate. So for every course, you can unlock the certificate after fulfilling its requirement. And then at the end, after completing all the compulsory courses, you get the PG program certificate from IIT Guwahati. Okay, so that is there. And yeah, and this is the help section, guys. So if you have any queries, you can put it here, and then the support team will help you on that. Okay. Plus, apart from that, there is a community forum wherein you can connect with your peers, and then and with the team also. Okay, so this can help. Correct. Okay, so that's there, and apart from that, yeah. So that is there, right? So that's there, and then apart from that, there is my resources section. Okay. So in the My Resources section, you will have access to webinars like what we are having today, and then other good webinars also, so that you can attend from there. Okay, so that's there. Okay, and yeah, so that is there. And in my courses, so you will whatever the program you have registered for, you'll be able to see that. Yeah. So this is in short about the LMS. I hope I've covered all the required points here, right, Rasha?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for taking us to the learning environment of the program by IIT Guwahati here. So let me just quickly share back my screen here. I hope my screen is visible to you folks. Please do let us know if you have any questions related to the program in the Q&A box here. We'll be taking questions very soon for this program by IIT Guwahati here. And also let's talk about the caption projects here. So caption projects which you get to work on this program help basically you showcase that true experience which you can showcase to your future employees here. So usually these job requirements have basically to show you some kind of experience, like they expect you to have some kind of experience, or to have worked on few projects here. So you get to choose from one of the projects from several domains here. So now talking about the industry-based hands-on projects which we have here, which you can add to your portfolio. So here you get to work on how to deploy a multi-timer web app using Amazon SQS, deploy of a multi-cloud app and Azure and AWS connection architecture through a VPC here. And we have global leaders as program advisors. Dr. Gaurav Trivedi here, who's the associate professor of EEE and principal investigator for the IIT Guwahati Academy here. Make sure that Simplilearn is delivering to as per standards of IIT Guwahati here when it comes to the program here. Also, we have career assist services. We have partnership with Talent Inc. here, where you get access to the premium resume rapid job portal, and also to work on your resume. You get a resume review and rewrite services as well, and also one-on-one interview services as well. Which basically, once you're done with the program, once you're getting out there trying to basically land the job of your dreams in Cloud plus DevOps and start there, you basically get all these services which basically help you prepare for the outer world there. So now we have talked about the skills here. We have talked about what exactly are the career paths which will be in demand in 2024 and beyond. Also, we have talked about what's changing in the cloud plus DevOps space in 2024, what's new. We have talked about how the program builds your skills step by step here in cloud plus DevOps. And also, we basically have partnerships in career assess services with Talenting as well. So we would love to know, are you interested in enrolling in the cloud plus DevOps program by IIT Guwahati here? I'm just launching a quick poll here to understand your interest. So you can let us know your interest by sharing yes as a response for this poll here, and we'll be talking more about the enrollment steps of the program in the upcoming slides, and also Q&A for basically the slide here. So we have started getting a lot of interesting questions in the Q&A box. Dr. Purushottam, if you have some time, you can just quickly browse through them and address any questions if you get the time as well. And we'll be answering a lot of your questions in some time. So please do let us know if you have any questions about the program or Cloud plus DevOps career in general.
Yeah, so mainly I can see. Oh, no, I'm not able to see. 1 second. Okay, data science. So there are a lot of related. Okay, so maybe one question is there that how about data science helps in cloud computing? Yeah, so there are a lot of data related services that you have it in the cloud. So how about data science helps in cloud computing? So basically, see, when you study about data science, so data science is one domain which you can have it in your on premises. Now in cloud also you will have services, okay, like Databricks in Azure Databricks and stuff that actually helps you to do that data science related jobs in cloud, in Azure, in AWS. Okay, so the point is there are a lot of data science related services which can help you to do the task of data science in cloud computing. Okay, so yeah, so that way cloud has an answer to that as well. Okay, and then explain career. AI and ML already answered, I think. Yeah. Explain proper roadmap to become a DevSecOps engineer. Yeah. So if you want to be a DevSecOps engineer, of course, you have to be good in DevOps services. Okay, like CI/CD services, continuous integration, continuous deployment models. Okay, code commit, code deploy. If I'll talk about the open source services like Jenkins and stuff and containers, Kubernetes. Plus, you have to be good on the security aspects of the thing, security services also in cloud platform. So the point is you should be learning on the security aspects. You would be learning on the security aspects of the thing plus the DevOps related aspects of the things as well. Yeah. I hope that answers. Rasha, not audible.
Yeah. So, sorry. Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for answering a few of the queries here from the Q&A box. I will take more questions in the Q&A part of the session. Let's quickly end this poll here. Last 5 seconds for the poll here. Are you interested in enrolling into the professional certificate program in Cloud plus DevOps by IIT Guwahati here? So you can share your response as yes here for the poll here. I see most of you have already shared your interest towards enrollment. That's great. But last 5 seconds, folks. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me quickly end the poll. Thank you so much for sharing your interest towards enrollment here. For the folks who have joined us live on YouTube, you can go to the description, and on the top of the description, you'll find the link towards the program of IIT Guwahati, which we just talked about. You can just click on that and share your interest towards enrollment through that. So please do that for folks who have joined us live on YouTube. So let me quickly take you through the enrollment steps here. So now that you've shared your interest towards enrollment here, so learning consultants from Simplilearn will be getting in touch with you, and they will be following these 3 simple, easy steps here. So the first step here is you need to submit an application to us at askus@simplilearn.net. Based on that, your application will be going for review based on the eligibility and the prerequisites I've shared with you earlier. And IIT Guwahati will be reviewing your qualifications for that. And yeah, based on that, you'll be getting the final admissions offer letter from Simplilearn here, and learning consultants from Simplilearn will be getting in touch with you for that. So these are the 3 simple, easy steps you will have to follow for enrollment. Now let's talk about the program fee and the enrollment schedule here. So I think a lot of you have asked if what is the program fee here, and also the duration of the program. I've already mentioned it earlier, just to mention it again once more. So 8 months is the duration, and you can just complete it by giving 10 to 15 hours per week here. And depending on if you're a student or you're a working professional. And the program fee for this program by IIT Guwahati is 1,24,999 rupees, including taxes, for Indian candidates here. And we have EMI options as well. I think a few of you have asked about that. So the options here are available for as low as 4,254 rupees per month, including taxes. And also, let's talk about the upcoming cohorts. The immediate cohort which is starting is on 2nd March this year, and the induction for that will start on 7th Feb here. So if you need any assistance, if you have any questions about the program, you can always reach out to us at askus@simply.net. I'll just quickly share that email ID with you on the chat here as well for your reference. And also, just to let you know that we have very limited seats per cohort. We only take 25 to 30 folks per cohort in order to make sure that you're getting all the attention that is required when you're taking up this program. So yeah, that is all about enrollment steps here. Now moving on to the Q&A part of the session. So I think we have managed to answer and address few of your queries here. But Dr. Purushottam, I think I'll just suggest you to maybe go through these questions and address, if many repeated questions are also there, maybe we can address them all together as well.
Yeah, so
And
there were,
sorry,
please, sorry
we
to
have
interrupt.
folks live on our YouTube channel as well. You can let us know if you have any questions by typing down your questions on the chat box here. Please do that because we're taking questions. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there were some repetitive questions that I've already answered. And then there is one more, like how cloud computing and DevOps works, by Nitish. Yeah. So Nitish Kumar, see cloud computing and DevOps, how it works. Okay, together. So first you take up DevOps separately. Okay. Now what you do in DevOps basically, so you basically work with mainly the agile model of software engineering. So I'll just take 2 minutes to answer this. So in like previously we used to have waterfall model in which we used to do the entire project. We used to get the requirements from the client, and we would do the entire project, and then we show it to the client, and then client would decide that okay, it was it as per the requirement or not, and if not, then the team would have had to rework on the project completely. Correct. But what started happening with agile model is rather than doing the complete project in one go, we used to go part by part, doing it a module at a time. So the requirement comes in from the client to the manager and then would be given to the team members, and the team members would work on it, would work on one module at a time, and then would create that module, would test it out, and then deploy it and would show it to the client. And if the client is happy with that module, then he would give a heads up, and then the team starts working on the other module. So that way, if there is any change that is to be required in that one module also, so that can be reworked. So the complete project need not to be reworked that way. That one module only will have to be changed, and then once it is through, then they go to the second module, the team. So that way, the team don't have to do the all the job again and again. Okay, it is like part by part, it is being done and approved. Okay, so that started happening with the agile model, and normally the companies are following agile model only nowadays. But then there is one task, one job that has increased in the agile model. That is the task of deploying the modules again and again, and then testing out, and then so compilation, testing, deployment has increased, okay, for every module. So now if this task is manual, it would take more time, more testers, more manpower to do it. So why not to automate this thing? So then started automation. So automating this complete module, so that as soon as the code is committed into the repository, it automatically goes through compilation, deployment, testing, and if any changes occur in the code in the repository, so that again goes through compilation, testing, and deployment automatically. Okay, and that got possible with the help of DevOps tools like Jenkins, Terraform, and stuff. These are the open source tools. Now, how cloud came into this thing? So cloud also offered its proprietary tools to do the same task, to do this automation. Like in AWS, you have code commit, which is a repository just like your GitHub. Okay, then you have you have code pipeline, code deploy. So these are the services that are related to Jenkins and the open source tools that would do the DevOps thing for you with the help of AWS services. Okay, so yeah, that is how cloud computing and DevOps are related with each other. I hope it answers.
Thank you so much for answering that question in so much detail. Thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam. I think we have answered most of the questions here, right? We have already addressed them. So
Yeah,
I think we are also tight on time here. We almost are done with the session. So I think we'll move on towards the end of the session here. Please let us know if you still have any questions. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And thank you so much, Dr. Purushottam, for joining us. And it's always a pleasure hosting you. Would you like to say something to the folks here? Because we saw a lot of interest towards enrollment into the IIT Guwahati program here. And I think we'll be seeing a lot of them in the upcoming cohorts of this program. So would you like to say something to them before we end the session?
yeah, surely. So first of all, thank you, Rasha, for inviting me to the program, to this webinar. Okay, it's always been a pleasure to work with you, right? So then coming to this program, guys, I would like to tell you one thing. See, let me be very frank and let me tell you, see, I'm associated with multiple programs with multiple organizations. Okay, and so I'm associated with Simplilearn for delivering this program also. Okay, and let me tell you guys, the thing is like in Simplilearn, we do get more number of hours actually to cover the program. Okay, so that way we are in good space as an instructor to give more justice to the contents. Okay, we can take it up in a more hands-on manner. We can give more time to the participants. Okay, so that is one big plus. And then of course. I've seen the programs, and here we do give a lot of hands-on, real-time experience, very professional. The program curriculum, and then the instructors would follow it. Yeah, so I would really suggest you to go for this program if you're thinking of going or opting for any such program. Okay, so yeah, should be a good thing to go with it.
Thank you so much once again, Dr. Purushottam, and thank you everyone for being an amazing audience here. Now, just to remind you about the webinar certificate for this program. So you'll be getting a post-webinar survey pop-up by Zoom, where you will be asked to put on your full name in the post-webinar survey, which you would like to see on the webinar certificate. So please do that in order to get the webinar certificate of this program, of this live session. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, I have already shared the email ID with you. You can write to us at askus@simplilearn.net, and you'll be getting a recording link post-webinar. You can basically view it in case you have missed anything, or if you want to go through with the recording of the session once again. So thank you so much. Thank you once again, Dr. Purushottam. We'll be ending the session now. Thank you. See you guys again in another webinars. I'll just share the link towards other webinars as well, which you can check out here on the chat here. Okay. Also of the program as well. Let me just quickly share the program link as well. So thank you so much, folks. Thank you. We'll be ending the session.